Good morning, pregame crew. It is Wednesday, February 22nd, 2023, 6:20 a.m. Mountain Time, 8:20 a.m. Eastern Time. Welcome to the pregame show. This is a show where I go over indices, commodities, crypto, movers, and shakers of the day. My goal is to get you ready for the trading day. I officially get started in about 10 minutes. Between now and then, I'm going to do an audio-visual check, say hello to my friends, and do a few chart requests. Thank you, Night Truck. Good morning, Bob, Andre, Lori, Whitney, Sal, Carlos, Alnick, Walter, Win for You, Greg, Copa, Ponzi, Mal, the other Carlos. I'm not going to try to start a war here. Hey, Arthur, Tess, Casey. I agree, Ponzi, it's going to be a while. Hey, Sam. Andre, you win the trophy. Yes, it's reverse back burner day. Hi, Mary, Paul, Homebody, George, Bonjour, Basque, Ken. Good morning. Hey, Mighty Pawns. Hi, Corhan. Hey, John. All right, let me go back to the top. Hey, now. ADM. Let's see, Paul. Is this an earnings name? It's not an earnings name. All right. Archer Daniels Midland Ag Company 8 EMA has been suppressing price for a while on the daily. Weekly. We have a double bottom at 80.30, 80.16, but we're in a weekly downtrend. Monthly double bottom. Daily is not oversold. This is very careful, systematic selling. 4 hour not oversold. Hourly being suppressed by 50 MA. Resistance 81.72, 81.92. Support 81.28, 81.16. I see no reason to go long at this point. Bulls are proving nothing. Hey Gary, welcome, first timer. So this is the part of the show where I just kind of warm up, do technical analysis for a few chart requests, say hi to people. I'll officially get started in 7 minutes with the indices, but I'm so glad you're here. Mara is actually one of my Queen of the Mountain trades. Hey Norma and Corin and Mike. So this is what I'm looking at on MARA. As long as Bitcoin is holding that key level on the daily of 23,841, I like MARA for a potential long. This is what I see going on this morning. This looks very much falling wedge-like. See how we just got some lower lows without follow through? So I like a long on MARA against 703. But only if Bitcoin holds that key daily support. Yeah, hit the like button. Yep, we have NVIDIA earnings after hours. We have FOMC minutes at 2 o'clock Eastern. GDXJ, daily inside bar, struggling to hold the daily 200 MA as gold has been weak. Gold popped this morning on dollar weakness, is giving a lot of it back. Daily is approaching oversold. Bulls have given you no reason to go long on GDXJ yet. Bears are in control of this chart. Look at the air pocket between price and the 8 EMA. That just shows the bear domination. Good morning, Caesar. All right, I jumped on early this morning, so I have time for a couple more chart requests. Pull up TradingView on the other screen and make sure I don't have any questions over there. Coinbase, sure, checks. Coinbase had earnings last night. It was our Queen of the Mountain trade yesterday. Great short. I hope you got it. Such a beautiful short. Bulls are not terribly enamored with the results, and bears aren't scared either. Right now, it's just an apathetic response to earnings right under the hourly EMAs. 4 hour in a downtrend. So how we react to yesterday's low 61.85 will be key as to the tone for coin for probably the rest of the day. How we open, and do we hold 61.85? If not, 61.51 is your next support. Good day, Killian. That's right, Andre. I go over Tesla every day, but I'll do it now prior to the show getting started. But I bring to you the same thing I saw yesterday. It's just more developed today. This potential 4 hour head and shoulders, 196.74, that'll be in play at open. That is the neckline of this potential head and shoulders. If that breaks, that's confirmation of that 4 hour head and shoulders. Daily charts, fine. It's absolutely okay right now. As long as 187.61 stays in play, bulls are okay. It's not great with these hourly EMAs overhead, but it's not game over. BTU has some whippy action, but that's because of earnings. So they had earnings last Tuesday on Valentine's Day. They popped up and they're giving it all back. So this type of whippy action is not a shocker when you have earnings involved or news. And you have potential megaphone in play here. Higher high without a lot of follow through, lower low without a lot of follow through. So that type of choppy action, yes, it can be dangerous for folks, but just take your signals on lower time frames and you shouldn't get chopped up very much. I like Lucid yeah, we'll go over Lucid in a second. Oh, good, Gumby. I'm glad. You're welcome. All right, 1340 is yesterday's high, and we're already clearing that in pre-market. We're over those pesky EMAs. On the daily, we hit 1269, a new daily lower low. Bulls aren't out of the woods yet, but I would say breaking over yesterday's high is step one. 1368 your next resistance, and 1374, and your support 1311 and $13. Holding up okay. And Lucid I have as my Queen of the Mountain, one of my Queen of the Mountain trades, and it has a potential 4 hour bear flag. So I like Lucid to the short side. However, as long as 964 is holding, that could be a daily higher low. So we need to be careful with this top fish idea, and what I'm thinking is a 5 or 15 minute overbought in order to get that short going. Oh, y'all in that gas. Andre, I don't know what your question is. RHM at XETR. Well, that's what it is. Never looked at this chart before. Decent volume. Daily, beautiful. Can't argue with blue sky bulls. Looks gorgeous. Hardly anything to add here. Potential hourly bear flag. Be careful. Little megaphone action here. But overall, healthy uptrend on higher time frames. Magic, and then I'll get started with the day. Daily higher low anticipated on Magic USDT. Holding 21 EMA. 4-hour downtrend. Hourly is trying to get a bounce going and make enough room for a higher low compared to $1.70. 15-minute uptrend. This doesn't give bulls a ton of confidence, yet a daily higher low is the more likely scenario. Let me use this chart and show you something that helps me. I don't go over this enough, but it's just hard to go over all the different tips and tricks out there. So 17129, that's the 21 EMA, and whatever you use, 26 EMA, whatever, 4012 EMA, don't care, whatever it is, you can label it horizontally. And I don't know if it's just me. I don't know why that helps me. Just watching an EMA that is going sideways 45 degrees, it's just not as helpful. I like that hard line saying, okay, this is where I could look for a potential long. And then you could even go as far as, okay, I'm just using this as an example. This isn't accurate technically on this chart, but I'm just using it as an example. If you were looking for hourly oversold, you would mark, okay, 1.6166 is the general area of hourly oversold. Do you see what I'm doing? To me, it takes EMAs and it makes them more actionable. And I don't know if it's just the way my brain works, and if so, then ignore me. But if this could help you, maybe you use it where you mark those key levels. So today I am looking at a key level and I'm staring it down. Look at it. Daily 50 EMA. If you'd have bought a long off that, you were A-okay. Yep, Intel reduced their dividend. They sure did. We had some bull volume come in on this little 2-minute trend change here that could have given you some confidence buying that break of 4,050 to confirm that 2-minute trend. Y'all, these Stanley Cups are so heavy and loud. I'm sorry. But I am basic and I do love it. Okay, so with ES, this daily 50 MA is my key level for the entire day. I have it marked. I have it screaming at me. I'm not going to lose sight of that. We are 4-hour. We're just now getting crossing oversold. We're no longer oversold. We're at 30.65, but we were 4-hour oversold, hitting the daily 50 MA. Plenty of room for a weekly higher low. All of that logic combined is like Yahtzee. Okay, this is the place I'm going to look for a potential oversold bounce. Does that mean we're going to change trends on higher time frames? Not necessarily. But let me just back up a little bit and backpedal, because as y'all know, I get things out of order every morning because I just do things how I want to do it, and that's just the way it is. Good morning. Welcome to the pregame show. This is who I am. If you want to give me a follow on Twitter at ChartGuyLori, that'd be great. And you can check us out at chartguys.com. We have a community of almost 1,000 of my closest friends, and we teach technical analysis. And if you're interested in what the basis of what we teach and what we do, you're really going to want to check out Joey's seminar, Chart Guys Jungle Funk. You can click on this link here, and it's pinned in chat right up here. It is free, 5 p.m. tomorrow. 5 p.m. Eastern, he will go over using multiple time frame analysis for your trading. And it's the building blocks of what we teach at Chart Guys. And what I do here every morning is I show you this handy dandy table. This is what I call the market environment dossier. And it's what I'm bringing forward out of all the data I'm assessing. What is jumping out at me? What's jumping out at me today is Bitcoin and daily 50 MA below. Those two things are really jumping out at me. Overall, bears have control. I have my notes off screen. I copy and paste those for TCG members only. When I'm done, I put it in chat. If you're interested in my chart setup, you can click on the link below in the video description to receive a PDF explanation as to what all these colors on Lori's chart is. We have plenty of room for a 15-minute higher low here. So I'm going to draw it right here. This will be the most important thing I think that I will convey today is what we're looking for is potential bull in the morning and bear in the afternoon. That makes the most sense to me. Does that mean it's going to work out? Heck no, because it's trading and I accept all outcomes. And once you do that, it just makes your life so much easier. I can't tell you how many people I see beat their head against the wall saying, why did the dollar reject here? And why did ES do this to this economic data? come on, make life easier. Life is hard. You don't make it harder than it has to be. Stick with technical analysis. Unless you're going to school to be an economist, I don't see how you can get an edge analyzing this economic data to death. I think the edge is presented in technical format and technical analysis. So stay in that lane, in my opinion. So what I'm looking for this morning are these 4-hour oversold bounces. I'm only interested in longs for those names that are holding the lows of yesterday. And then I'm going to flip the switch to 5 and 15-minute overbought conditions if we get there for potential reverse back burner shorts. Because in most situations, we are looking for hourly or 4-hour lower highs. Does that make sense? Good morning. Nick, you know what? I'm going to stop and answer. I usually don't answer questions midway because I lose track of where I am. But I want to show you this. Stock exposure tool on etfdb.com. You click on tools, stock exposure tool, okay? If you type in AMC, look how many ETFs have AMC in it. Very few. Meme ETF. What's the volume on that? Volume is 3,000 of this ETF units are traded on meme. So it's a nothing burger. So AMC can do whatever the heck it wants. It can disconnect from the market because it's not heavily weighted. Now, let's change that. I don't know what this is going to say, but I'm just going to try it. DKNG. Look at DKNG. Look at all the ETFs it's in. It can't do its own thing. You've heard of, well, I'm going to get it wrong. High tide floats all boats, or low tide, sinks all boats, not sinks it. But when you are part of an ETF, you're moving with the ETF. Think of it as a living organism. And when your overarching ETF, and with Apple, it's XLK. If XLK is blowing and going and it's super strong, it's going to be hard for Apple to have a weak day. But names like AMC, they're honey badgers. They don't give a, they can do their own thing and separate themselves from the market. And we've seen AMC in game have wonderful Januaries. Let's see, where is January? I guess it had a red January here. And that was a good June month, so that goes out the window. But overall, the names that are independent of larger ETFs can do what they want. So that's why they're moving, is just if the market is coming down, it doesn't necessarily mean AMC has to come down. You just have to play the technicals and just make it really straightforward. Now, even though they're disconnected from the market, if the market is super weak, it's hard for names like AMC to push up. But yesterday we had the weakest day of the year and AMC did 16%. So you got to know what you're trading. And that's why I preach that I think it's important that people narrow their focus. Get to know the personality of your ticker. Can your ticker separate from the market? Can it do its own thing? Can it not? Get to know your tickers. Okay, I need to get back to indices. Okay. So on the hourly, we're still suppressed by that hourly 21 EMA. Bulls aren't going very far. So think about cows. What is my problem this morning? I can't stay with the chart. So these are the fence. Here's a fence. This is the inner fence. All right. This is the outer fence. And this is the edge of the land. When this fence comes down, the cows run to the next fence. When that fence is taken down, the cows run to the next fence. Does that make sense? So right now, we're here at the 21 EMA. If we can take that down, then we're looking up at the hourly 50 EMA. But right now, the hourly 21 EMA fence is containing price. And weekly, we're looking for that higher low. 4 hour, we got oversold. We got oversold at the daily 50 EMA, and that was a great location for a potential long. Does this make sense? I hope this makes sense, because I really want to help people. It's my goal in being here. All right, we've lost a daily 21 EMA on NASDAQ. We're in a downtrend, but we have plenty of room for a weekly higher low. Now, where she stops, nobody knows, but 4 hour got oversold. This is as logical place as any to have that bounce. And that's why I'm looking for bounces in the morning and flip to reverse back burner in the afternoon. You don't know what a honey badger is? Look up YouTube and honey badger don't give a DAMN. Okay. The honey badger don't care. It can do its own thing. I call them money badgers, actually, when there's names that are disconnected from ETF. So on NASDAQ, we're green at 0.24. It's a little bit stronger than ES. Yeah, a little bit stronger. Good morning. Hi, Elaine. Elaine, oh my God. I am starstruck. Thank you for being here. All right. So we have plenty of room for a 15-minute higher low on RTY. We can't lose sight of what happened yesterday. That was a big move on RTY. We had double weekly inside bars break bear. Now, if you have weekly inside bars, weekly, not 4 hour, not 5 minute, not 1 minute, break bear, typically, what kind of follow through are you going to have? Are you going to have a minute's worth of follow through? No. Typically, they're going to have more follow through because this has taken weeks to tighten up. And now that this pattern is broken to the downside, I don't know that it's going to find a bottom in one day. Maybe, but it's typically you're going to have more follow through. This looks real bear flaggy. We're crossing back up. We're no longer oversold on the 4 hour. Again, the weekly has plenty of room for a higher low. 4 hour got oversold. Logical place to look for a bounce. And how this bounce develops once the regular trading hours open will tell us a ton. Oh, Night Truck, you are just a joy. Thank y'all. You know, this is somewhat a thankless job. I know that I'm part of TCG, but sometimes this is a thankless job. It's over 20 hours a week free to you. So I'm glad to know it helps someone. Okay, on YM. We lost the daily uptrend. Weekly, we're still holding support of 33031. YM does not have as much room for a weekly higher low compared to the other three Fab 4 indices. So hourly got oversold, 4 hour got oversold. Logical place for a bounce. And yesterday, were y'all watching this? How it just broke down out of this broadening formation? And I told y'all 33,500. I said, if we lose it, then timber, I didn't say timber, but I should have. VIX, we're at a stopping point up here. We have resistance at $23.76. We are at a double top with $23.63. Hourly is holding the EMAs, ain't got no problems here, nothing to worry about. So 15 minute, I mean, if you trade VIX on the regular, you could look for a potential top fish on VIX against 23.63, and market bulls want VIX to keep rolling over and lose those key EMAs. Tyrant Matthew is the honey badger, absolutely. Okay, I'm glad the fence thing resonated with y'all. Okay, U.S. 10-year. U.S. 10-year has no chill. Y'all, that 4 hour is healthy. It's red right now, but it's healthy. U.S. 10-year, as it goes up, it is a headwind for equities. Remember that. Oh, Lord, I didn't go over dollar. Dollar 4 hour is fine. No problems here. Hourly, however, is a problem. On the next bounce, bears will be looking to top fish the dollar, possibly bottom fish gold, and we want dollar to keep coming down, or at least market bulls do. Okay, Hang Seng was red overnight. DAX was red overnight. Bitcoin is holding that ever important 23,841, 23,841. I don't know why I love that operator voice. I probably need to ditch it. Right here. 23,841.08. Now let's go back to my table. I have these highlighted in my Tiffany blue as the most important things I'm watching as far as divergence. I'm always looking to see who's telling a lie. Bitcoin is holding daily support. This is a risk on asset. This is a risky asset, and it is holding daily support. and the markets aren't. Is Bitcoin telling us something, or will Bitcoin be the last to fall? And ES is holding that daily 50 MA. As long as those two things occur, it's going to be hard for me to be a bear down here with 4-hour oversold. Okay, Ethereum, we lost the daily support, or the level. It wasn't a pivot support. We lost the level of 1630 overnight, only by $9. I'm sure that bulls can make a case for a potential double bottom, making enough room for a potential hourly higher low compared to 1625. For sure, Chris, I would be a terrible LSU person if I didn't catch that. Okay, gold is pulling back a little bit harder than it should with dollar weakness. That's bearish divergence. So gold is weak this morning. Gold, dollar prison guards opened the door and said, gold, you can make a run for it right now. And they just went right back inside the sell. They did not take advantage of that opening that the dollar gave them. Bears are looking to top fish 1855 and your support 1840. Oil is weak. We do not have inventory tomorrow, but if you trade oil, just go confirm that. But on holiday weeks is typically API estimates are moved from Tuesday to Wednesday, so that would be 4:30 this afternoon. And inventory is moved from Wednesday to Thursday and typically 11 a.m. Eastern. Please confirm. However, we're in an hourly downtrend. Bulls haven't necessarily made enough room for a higher low. It's possible, but look at these EMAs overhead. Let's just keep it simple, stupid. Their EMAs are overhead, bears controlling price. Okay. Nat gas. For the 4,018 of you that ask me every day, is it time to go long nat gas? No. We need bulls, and not pre-market bulls. These are games that they're playing with you. Don't get it twisted. We're going to have a great nat gas bounce. But make them prove it to you in regular trading hours. Otherwise, it's just noise. Apple held that daily support of 149. It lost support, 149.22, but it held the daily 21 EMA. Weekly has plenty of room for higher low. Where will that weekly higher low be put in? Don't know. I would like a bounce play this morning and then flip to 15-minute overbought for a top fish in the afternoon. A top fish against 150 would be chef's kiss. Jorge, I'm going to get you. I'm totally going to get you. Yeah, the stripper analogy yesterday really went over well. My audience. At least I know my audience. Okay, Amazon. We're at the daily 50 MA at 93.72. We're holding the low of yesterday, but this is a classic bear flag. Don't get lulled into buying these dips on Amazon. This is such a weak chart. We are at the daily 50 MA. We could find a bottom in that area, but so what I'm saying is I don't have a clear setup on Amazon. I'm a much more comfortable bear on Amazon on a bounce than I am a bull. NVIDIA has earnings after hours. I'm going to say that again. NVIDIA has earnings after hours. They lost a daily uptrend. Weekly's fine. I mean, these upper wicks of profit taking aren't ideal, but it's okay. And unless you work for NVIDIA or you sleep with a CEO, I don't think you should be trading NVIDIA earnings, and I'm not. So these EMAs are overhead, looking for 15-minute overbought conditions for potential short. But in general, I like to stay away from earnings names on the day of earnings because sometimes they can get bought up feverishly and vice versa. Tesla has that potential 4-hour head and shoulders. 196.74 confirms that head and shoulders. However, when we kind of look out, is the weekly in bad shape? No. Is the daily in bad shape? No. Is this one of the strongest charts out there? Yes. So I think we could get a laggard bear trade on this. This will be my focus today, is top fishing Tesla. Baba. Oh, Michael. Okay. Baba. Okay, this is what I was thinking on Baba. So Baidu beat on earnings. So let me show you Baidu. So Baidu is up almost 7%. And they even mentioned AI in their earnings, go figure. Of course, everybody's going to mention AI. So Baidu is strong. I'm looking for a Baba sympathy play to the long side here at the daily. Oh, that's not the daily 50 MA. as my grandma say, UDA. We're at the weekly 50 MA. Okay, y'all turn your head while I fix this. Can't be making these type of errors. Weekly 50 MA, and we're at the daily 200 MA. I like this confluence here on BABA for a potential long, playing off that Baidu potential bullish correlation. Hang Seng was red overnight. I'm not going to forget that, but Baidu crushed it. All right, man, y'all are loving the cow. IWM. Okay, IWM, 15-minute reverse back burner potential setup. I'm looking for a short on IWM. I'm looking for first 15-minute overbought. You see that orange triangle there? That's my alert set. I'm looking for overbought. Let me just back up a little bit. And I want to say one more thing about Nat Gas. I have a lot to say about Nat Gas. There are 380 of you and only 126 likes. Come on, folks. Hit the like button. The amount of questions on Nat Gas and is it time to buy tells me how many counter trend traders out there. And they're probably newer traders and they're probably inconsistently profitable. Stay with the trend. The trend on IWM right now is down. So wait for bounces to short. Playing counter trend is counterintelligent. Oh God, I can't believe I just said that. It isn't. There is a time and a place to play counter trend, but you got to have a key level to play off. You have to have a reason, bulls showing up, price action changing on shorter term time frames, volume showing up. It can't just be, oh, I like this. It's beat up. I'm going to buy it long. All right, Lucid 4-hour bear flag. I like a potential top fish of Lucid. They had some news yesterday. They're pretty beat up, but they're down 9%. That's why I'm just going to stick with the trend and wait for a bounce to short. MARA, I like long because Bitcoin's holding daily support. Doesn't mean this trade idea will work. And I like that it kind of looked like a falling wedge. And when I looked at Riot, it had that same look. But I'm just choosing MARA over Riot, and I'm using the Bitcoin chart to potentially trade MARA long in case of an ES 4-hour bounce. So real. So real. All right, let me see. DJT, transportations. Transportation index may be getting whacked. I'm sure NSC has a little bit to do with this. On the next bounce, bears will be looking for a daily low or high. However, weekly has plenty of room for a higher low. 4-hour not oversold. So I would be looking for a potential long on DJT if the 4-hour gets oversold, just for a bounce play. Hey, Joka. Lucid has earnings today. Thank you for that. You need more cow cell? All right, that's it for me. I'm going to go listen to Charting Man Dan. I'm going to just kind of focus here, take off these earnings names that I no longer care about. I don't care about Snow. I'll delete that. I didn't fix my charts this morning. TCG members, I'll copy my notes over to you in just a second. Y'all use stop losses.